So walk me through your decision making, 2 years from now, if we're treating some early stage patients and they have recurrence, what would your thought process be about re-exposing to T-DXd?
Well, if they, so 2 years downstream from their last therapy, if they had tolerated it well and we don't have some new magic bullet on the horizon, then I would think about revisiting it. And of course, we have other, trastuzumab, chemo, trastuzumab, tucatinib options as well. But if they responded well to T-DXd and were benefiting from it, seemingly, I would at least think about it. Now, of course, we didn't want them to recur having received T-DXd, but I wouldn't automatically say that they're not going to respond in a metastatic disease setting.
Yeah, Dr. Khan, any thoughts on your side?
Totally agree with Bill. I totally agree with Dr. Gradishar. I mean, that 1 year interval is kind of what I would claim in my mind, right? In terms of reestablishing the drug back into the regimen. The other aspect of it is that 50% of the patients that are exposed to T-DXd usually are HER2 negative, right? And we've seen that on repeat biopsies, so I would probably repeat a biopsy. If it's negative, then now we got to kind of rethink our plan in terms of reoffering HER2 therapy. The other aspect is that we have clinical trials that are now opening for these patients, and we want to make sure they're eligible for that as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. I feel like so often we're rebiopsying in the non-HER2 setting, looking for HER2, but this is actually the converse, right? Are we so effective with our HER2 targeted therapies up front, will we actually see downregulation of that target, and the resistant disease could be something else? And,
Absolutely.
And one of the interesting questions that won't be answered by this discussion is we always talk about sequencing, but sequencing in the metastatic disease setting, this is sequencing in another sense too. So if they did end up being HER2 negative, having been HER2 positive, what's the expectation that another antibody-drug conjugate, Dato-DXd or SASE or something else is going to work? And we simply don't know.
Right.
We're in a whole new frontier with this ADC data, given that this is, our first movement of a drug that we hinge so much in the metastatic setting now into the neoadjuvant adjuvant setting. We had that with TDM1 to some degree, but we were able to sort of push it aside because T-DXd was around, but now we'll be confronted with it in a much more realistic way, I think.